Okay, so today we are going to try a little bit of a science experiment using a few things. Now, does anybody know what this is?
Baking powder.
Baking powder. Well, it's actually bicarbonate of soda. Sometimes it's called baking soda. We're going to use this. We need a tray. I've got here some watercolour inks, but you could also just use food colouring. That's absolutely fine as well. And we have some vinegar. This is just white vinegar. I think if you've got brown vinegar, that would ruin your colours. I don't know if it would work quite as well. So white vinegar is probably best. Now, what we've already done is we've just prepared up these little cups full of coloured vinegar. So a few drops of food colouring or coloured inks and a bit of vinegar inside this. This is not water, this is vinegar. And we have these little pipettes. But if you have like a medicine syringe, that would be fine. Are you right, Oz? Having a little bit of a sing-song? Or even you could just use a little teaspoon to just sprinkle your vinegar water on. So I've put them in some little egg cups so they're all ready for us. Now the first stage is that we need to sprinkle bicarbonate of soda on the tray. So who wants to do a bit of sprinkling? I'm going to shake it up, make sure it's not in a clump. Now we've never done this before, so if this goes horribly wrong, I'm sorry, but we're going to give it a go. So first of all, Artie, do some sprinkling. You want to keep it inside the tray. You can tip it right up, sweetie. Lots of it. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to give you the one with the faster flow because that is much too slow. So tip a bit out. Now we don't actually have a lot of baking soda, so I'm not even sure if this is going to be enough. But we'll try. Ozzy, sprinkle some over here. That's it. I'm just going to fill in these gaps. Now, we've got our paper ready, and we've actually got some slightly thicker than regular printer paper, and some, no, don't touch. I think it's okay like this, because it's quite nice to have a big lump and then a smaller lump, because it will react differently. So we've got some watercolour paper and just some slightly thicker paper that was from another sketchbook. So we've used up all of that. We only had about that much there. So I hope that's enough for it to work. But we want to see what the reaction is between the vinegar and the baking soda. So I'm going to hand you guys a pipette that is loaded with colour, and you're going to squeeze it onto here. And hopefully it will start to fizz.
Okay.
Okay, which colour do you want to do first?
I want to do pink.
Right, what did you say?
Actually, purple.
Oh wait, that is a pinky purple. You can't both do the same one. There's only one.
Actually, I want to do the other pink.
Here. Okay, the other one is sort of an orangey reddy, Auntie. Actually, that one looks a bit too pale, Auntie. I'm going to give you a bit more colour in that. Ooh, so I'm not even sure how much vinegar we need.
It's doing the reaction.
It is doing the reaction. It's fizzing, isn't it? So I'm going to load it up for you again with a different colour. Here, Artie, now squeeze it onto there.
And also it's making a big blob.
I'm going to bring the camera over so they can see how this is fizzing. Right, you do a bit more.
Look what
Do a bit more
Artie's
purple.
doing.
Right, I'm going to grab the camera so we can get a close-up.
Let's mix ours.
So can you see how that's fizzing over there?
And I'm mixing mine with Artie's.
Squeeze it all out, Oz, and I'm going to give you another pipette. That's it, Artie. I'm going to give you this yellow one. Here, give me your orange. And don't do it all in the same place because it will just make brown. You've got to spread out your colours, okay? Now, I'm going to give Ozzy another colour so you can see it close up. Now you've got blue. Now it's nice that they're all fizzing over here, but spread it around a bit, okay? Otherwise you just end up with one great big brownish blob.
Look at it, ours is mixing is making yellow.
Okay, I'm going to put you back on the tripod. Zoom in a little bit.
I don't have enough of this. Now I want to use all these ones.
No, now you can do green, baby, because no one's used green yet. It's kind of greenish blue. Now, not on here, because you'll make it brown. Go on the empty spaces, okay? Now, I think by the looks of this, we probably should have had a bit more baking soda, because it's kind of gone a bit flat.
I didn't have a yum. Woo! I'm splitting.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to give you an orange one.
Mine.
Here we go. get a bit more on this over
It's
here so we can do a
making
print.
brown. Ta-da! Did mine work? And it kind of make it pinkish, greenish,
I wonder
greenish.
if baking powder would work. I don't know, maybe we can try that in a minute. Which colour was this one, Artie, that you had here?
Orange.
Okay. Now I'm going to really quickly try and pull off a print from what we have going on here. So watch out, Oz. Move your arm out of the way a little bit, maybe.
Let's see.
Okay, that's quite drippy and wet. Now we have a glass table, so we can just lay ours
Look
right
what
down
it
on the
did!
glass table. Right, let's add a bit more.
Woohoo! Look at mine. Give me a try. Give me a try. Blue.
Which colour? Which colour? Let's give
Blue.
Artie the blue now. Which colour do you want, Ozzy?
I'm gonna use yellow.
Okay, so you put it in there and suck it up. Now I'm just going to go and grab some baking powder and see if that works. You guys keep squirting. Don't be on it now.
I need some more. Look, I'm mixing all the colours.
Now let's see if baking. Sit down a bit, Ozzy, so everyone can see. Sit down, babe. Let's see if baking powder works.
Look, I'm making a rainbow.
Sit.
Let's put some.
Let's put some paper on to try and pull it off.
No, I want this.
Right, watch out, Artie. Artie, no more yet. We've got to do the print. Wait. Out of the way, boys. So we're going to try and. This paper's a bit too big, but we're just going to see what we get. Woo, that's quite cool. Look at it, it's still fizzing on the paper. Okay, now I'm not really sure whether this baking powder was a success. So we know bicarbonate of soda works, but what about baking powder? Now let's do a loaded up one on there. Oh, yeah, it does. I think that baking powder works, but not as much, right, boys?
I'm orange again.
Fizzes, but not quite as much. Let's hope we don't want to do any baking anytime soon because we've used up all our baking supplies on this artwork. Okay. It's becoming a little bit brown now. Oz, can you sit back a little bit so we can see? Okay, watch out. Let's try and take a print of this one.
I'm making bubbles.
It's very fun to watch, isn't it?
Wow.
And look, it just keeps on fizzing.
I need blue again. Ah! Mine's running out.
Okay, Ozzy, we can't actually see anything with you around there, my dearest. Let's move this, shall we?
I haven't used green yet.
Let's see.
I'm just going to go.
Now, it seems to work much better on watercolour paper.
Look,
So
I
we're
did.
going to
I
try another
spotted
one.
you.
I think we should try adding some more baking powder. Oh gosh, I've dripped that all over the floor. Fabulous. We're in a nice mess, aren't we? I think this is just looking really brown now, boys, actually. Let's just put the last of this baking powder on. And we are out of baking powder. Okay, so stop squirting. I know this is so much fun, but stop squirting and we're going to see if we can get a couple more prints before we stop, okay?
Wow.
And see if Mummy can avoid the floor.
There's a brown one.
So I would say, guys, that perhaps limit the number of colours you use. Maybe just 3 colours would be better because ours have definitely gone a bit brownish. So I would say if you do this at home, maybe just try 3 colours and you'll have a bit less brown than us. Let's have a look. Woo, it's quite nice. Now we've still got white space left on there, but this kind of, I think, adds to the effect. Quite like it. Now I'm going to just add a tiny bit of yellow over here because yellow mixes quite well with most colours. Oh, it just keeps on fizzing. just keeps on fizzing. Even though we've already squirted vinegar on it once. I bet these are going to smell quite pungent, aren't they, with vinegar? Look at that. It's quite sort of brownish grey, but it's still quite pretty.
We haven't done the one with the vinegar.
We haven't done the one, but this is vinegar in there, baby. That's vinegar inside the colours. Wow, look at that. It just keeps on fizzing. Okay, I'll get some more paper.
I'll do one colour which...
Do you like doing this, boys?
Can I have the green?
Is this a fun experiment? Would you suggest that people try this at home? Whoa, 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 whoa. Halt! Would you suggest that people try this at home?
Yes.
Do you think it's a fun thing to do?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. We're getting really messy, aren't we?
It's fun.
Now we'll have to cut off those white bits. Maybe we can use those white bits to dip in as well. Let me grab a pair of scissors.
I used 2 colours. Look what Artie's doing.
Oh wow, he's like supercharged, isn't he? Charged up with colour. Oh my gosh, this is going to get so messy. So maybe don't wear a white t-shirt like Ozzy over here when you're doing this. And don't wear your best clothes. Let's look. Look, I've got just a skinny little piece here that I cut off the rest, but might as well use it. Okay, these are going to look quite cool when all the bubbles have dried. And I think that we will end it there for today because we're probably just going to be getting in a big sort of bubbly, sticky mess, aren't we? Until bedtime. Blue, I don't know, maybe you've used all the blue, have you?
No.
Ozzy, do you want to try laying down that piece in it? Try lay it down. Artie, do you want to try laying down this piece? So make sure that you have somewhere prepared to dry these. We just have a big glass table over here where we're laying all of these. But if you had like a wooden table or something, then this would probably stain. So you might want to lay out some greaseproof paper or some old newspaper or a couple of big old bin bags. Artie, you want to lay this one down? Or you just want to squirt?
I'm going to lay this
He's
one
just
down.
going to squirt. He's just having so much fun squirting. Wait, 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 wait. Give your brother a chance to lay it down. Okay, let's pull it up. Oh, wow. These are all kind of just becoming one colour now. So the more you mix, the more you add, the more it just all kind of turns into one colour.
It's a really dark green.
Okay,
Well,
and my
it's
floor has also become a sort of a dark green, hasn't it? Yeah, it's nice. Do you like it? Like that, the floor?
Yes.
It's quite pretty. We've got sort of a speckledy floor now. Maybe I should go and clean that up.
No.
No?
It's nice.
Well, yes, but it will get stuck on our slippers and then we'll walk it onto the carpets.
No, let's keep it like this until it dries.
We're going to keep the floor like this until it dries. Okay, so I'm going to go and get cleaned up because we're in a little bit of a mess over here. Rubber gloves would probably be a good idea as well. Do you think we should tell people that? Maybe wear rubber gloves because look at me. Okay, so I hope you like this science experiment that we've done, and I will attach some pictures of all our lovely artworks on the end of this video so you can see them all. So say bye everyone.
Bye-bye!
So here they are. These are the finished artworks. I think they are really quite beautiful. Now, these aren't really like any other artworks we have attempted before. So the baking soda and vinegar definitely give a very unique effect. And something that you can't quite appreciate, I think, on the photographs is how much these sparkle. When you hold them under the light or in sunlight, they really have an almost glittery outer space quality to them. So I'm pretty pleased with this for a first attempt. I think they look good, and I hope you will give it a go at home and check out my other videos for more ideas. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye.